Welcome to Notion and Productivity, we're Productivity HQ.
Hey guys, welcome back to Productivity Headquarters. Today we're doing another Notion release video. Per usual, you know what we do. We go over to the Notion site and we go into the release page and we just check out what's new. Haven't done one of these in a while, but Notion is really pushing out some new things that will be really helpful, and also possibly a new application. Not even possibly, it's actually out there, but it's not available at the moment, and we'll get more into that, what that app is. It's going to be similar to Notion Calendar. It's going to be its own application. So let's go ahead and go through these updates. So starting out here, you see we have Notion Forms, Mail, new layouts, new automations, and more. So just going down, the first thing we have is Forms. So I feel like this is a pretty neat feature that they're going to be adding in, just so you can be able to take down different results for things, especially if you don't want to use an application that you have to pay for, or if you're already utilizing Notion, you won't necessarily have to take those results and put it in another database or anything like that, because it will automatically do it based off of what is input. So I feel like that is pretty cool. Like it says here, it gives you an easy way to capture requests, feedback, RSVPs, or anything you need right where you work, which is exactly what it does. They're stored in a Notion database, and there's no need for an outside tool, and you get unlimited forms for free. We'll hop right into that, but I just want to go through it really quickly. Next thing after that is Notion Mail, and when it comes to Notion Mail, just like I said, this is the app that's going to be similar to Notion Calendar. This I'm actually really excited for. The simple fact that they created a Notion Calendar, to me, it was like a direct competitor to Google Calendar. And as you all know, I love Google Calendar. I made a video on it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. The way we manage it is going to be a little bit better within Notion. As you can see right here, there's different categories and views you're going to see on the side here, and then at the bottom, they have it to where most of their applications, they're showing you other templates you could possibly use or anything like that, which is going to be really, really cool. So I'm excited to see how they combine the Notion calendar and everything like that, your mail, and just all your databases together within this one application. We also have a change to the layouts, basically customizing your pages. As you all know, typically all of your different statuses, settings, and properties, all things like that, are usually right under like title when you're having separate pages, which it makes it kind of cluttered, which I actually love this because it was kind of annoying, and a reason why I never really expanded my pages and I always kept my page like in a center view, just because I like to easily be able to see it really quickly and not have everything on my screen as much. So that's going to be pretty neat, and I'm actually going to pull that up for you guys along with the forms right after we get done with this list. We also have automation that can actually send emails, which is pretty cool. So basically you can notify via Gmail, and it's basically a trigger when information changes, like when a form has been submitted or anything like that. And then soon you'll be able to send custom web requests to platforms like Zapier. It's going to be a pretty cool update. Also, another thing that they have is automate more actions with formulas. Database and button automations now support formulas that can complete steps in the background when you trigger an action, which will save a lot of time. For example, when you mark a task as done, you can automatically show how little time it took to complete. So we'll actually go through digging more into each of these, but I just want to run through, like I said. And then also the new marketplace, which I've seen a little bit of, which we'll dive into also, and I feel like it's more visually appealing, honestly. So we'll go through that also. And then now we have custom emojis. And right now you can upload your emojis now, and you can use them in your titles page or anywhere. You just do the backslash emoji and followed by its name, and then you just go there. So we'll also look into that too. And then we have personalized URLs. Notion sites they usually have a long string of numbers and characters, but now you can make them exactly what you'd like. And this is something that I've noticed recently when I was just updating my Notion templates and I was creating the 12-week template. I noticed that the actual links were slightly different when I was going to actually publish and update them. So now they're no longer this super long string of words, letters, and everything like that. You can actually shorten it, share, and publish. So we'll go through that also. Right here we also have a shortcut to the Notion features. So when you type in a keyword like home, settings, or templates, it can jump to specific places in Notion. Basically you would press command button right there, and then P is keyboard shortcut, but it makes things faster just to do quick searches and things like that. And then also, of course, the few more improvements, basically loading database 15% faster. Now your title pages, database views, and database pages are aligned. So everything's mostly like little tweaks at the bottom. Of course, they don't really expand into this. It's mostly self-explanatory. But let's go back up to the top so we can get into a little bit of the actual forms. So once we click on here for try one out, and it'll take you to your actual form on Chrome or whatever browser you're using. I use Chrome, and I'm actually going to show you how you can create it from actually being within your Notion database. But right here, as it populates, you'll see here it says when you're done editing, click here to share it. So you just press got it. That's another reason why I didn't want to go through this, because I know there's going to be certain prompts that kind of pop up. So we can say form title, video ideas, and then we could possibly do question 1. And then they also have a little settings over here on the side where you can have it be possibly required, description, a long answer, and then question type, what is going to be, multiple choice, date, a person, say if you're voting for something, putting in your phone number, URL, anything like that. And then view the link property, possibly what is connected to there. And then also syncing with the property name. Renaming a question also renames this link data property base, data property, and disabled to keep names separate. So you have all these little options here, which I think is really, really neat. And then also this is what it looks like when it's multiple choice. So that is pretty cool. The neat part about forms is that it creates its own actual place, and in it actually creates a database full of the responses, which is really cool and saves a lot of time, because instead of having to collect, like I said before, if sometimes when you're using certain form tools you have to go in and pull the information and put it somewhere else or anything like that, it automatically does it for you based off of the different categories that you have submitted here or how you have it broken down. So I think that's a pretty neat tool when it comes to form. You also have the ability up here to, of course, change the name, things like that, add an icon, add a cover, and of course add a description per usual. And then it also shows you a quick preview of how this would look for the person who's filling out the form or anything like that. And then of course from your view it would be edit form, copy link, favorite, things like that. You'll have more so those options. And then over here when you press the 3 dots you have form options, a new question, automations, and customized form. Of course that's a plus, but that's only if you're paying, of course, but still it's worth it if you feel like you're already using the upgraded form of it. The upgrades per usual, up to 100 guests, 30-day page history, unlimited blocks, unlimited charts, and such like that. That's part of the reason why I haven't really created a charts video. If you guys would like me to create a charts video, I'd definitely be willing to do that. I've been contemplating actually upgrading my plan, but we'll just see, because I've been rocking with the free plan for a while. But when you're on Plus, it does give you a few more added benefits. For example, like with this one, you can change the color, text, and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Confirmation title, confirmation body. So basically, just with Notion, most times you're paying for more customization. That's really what it is, and more like unlimited abilities, even though it's already pretty much unlimited. So I think those are pretty cool perks. We have also the option after because with Notion Mail we can't really show much because it's not out yet. It's coming soon. So when that comes out, I'll definitely 100% be dropping a video on that, because I'm so very excited. I really do enjoy Gmail for the most part, but it's certain things about Gmail and it's certain things about like Apple Mail that I kind of like. So I'm hoping this, for my love of Notion, it just merges so greatly, and it like they make a good tool out of this. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's certain things from Google that I like and certain things from Apple that I like. So sometimes I find myself wanting to go into my Apple Mail, but then I use Google Mail on a regular basis because it's connected to so much. But if this is really connected to your Notion database and everything else, this is going to be a great tool. So the next thing we have is the layouts, and that's how you customize your pages. So let's go in and actually show you guys exactly how that would look. For these right here, we'll actually do a page that I've done before just to show you how cluttered it can be. As you all know, typically when you're in your actual pages, it's usually really, really cluttered. As of now, it's not, because I've already changed it. But as you can see here, I have the title at the top, and then over here it has this prompt. When you first change your layout and things like that, it basically says customizable properties panel. You can click this little panel right here, this button, this icon, and it shows more of the properties, or you can hide them to stay focused on your writing, which I really, really love, because sometimes I just want to full on go into my work instead of seeing all of this on the side. But really this helps keep your data organized. But now you have a way to actually hide that and work on everything, but everything can still stay sorted, which is really, really cool. And then as you can see at the top, it's up there where you press customize layout, and it'll take you over to a separate page where you'd actually change how your layout is. You would go here to actually add new panels, and then you can do it basically adding it in here, new properties and things like that, all on the side. And then right here, start by creating your layout. You click this to add to your page, and so on and so forth. And then it gives you the information here of what you're actually working on, which is really helpful just in case you forget what pages you're actually making changes to. They also have it here where you can apply to all pages, or you can reset to your original page layout, which is really, really cool. And then they also have the show the property icons or not, which I think is also really nice if you want that removed right here. Another thing too, as you're watching this video, let me know if you've seen my previous videos. Usually I have like an indicator or a marker around my cursor, like a circle when I'm clicking. Let me know if you like that, because I'm using a different screen recorder tool and it doesn't have that option. I'm looking for other ones because I really enjoy that, just so you guys can keep track of my cursor, or give some type of suggestions if you have an app that you guys are aware of, you know about, or either if you guys would just like me to possibly change the color of my cursor, if that would help better, just to keep track of that. So they also have the minimal option, and they also have if you want to do page discussions, if you want them off or shortened or anything like that. So we're going to keep everything to default and keep everything how it is, because I've already put my property groups over here. That's actually how I like it to look. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Also, once you have the page expanded, if you were looking at this in a regular view, you would basically right here close the panel on the side, and it just has your title and your work, which I really, really love. I really do actually enjoy that update. Like, I feel like this update is pretty cool. Scrolling down a little bit more, the automations with sending emails. Going into the automations, if you're not aware of how to actually create automations, you'll go over here and click this little lightning bolt, and there's your automations. I don't currently have any right now, but what you do is press new automation. Over here you will have your trigger for when a certain thing happens, and then what do you want to happen once that happens, basically. So going here, you have send Slack notifications to, and then you see here the new send email to, and then define variables, which is also new. Like I said, I don't currently have any automations created, and like I said, that's also under the plus. If you guys would like, let me know once again if I should get the plus option, just to go ahead and give you guys further tutorials, or if you guys need a little bit more help understanding, we can get into that a little bit more. Going back to the Notion release page, right here we also have the formulas broken down, where it says if, like, say for example with the emails or anything like that, if the trigger page is priority high for Emily and Kai, days open between these amount of days, and then it'll be a message here, task was closed in plus the amount of days open. So it's more specific, and you can do even more triggers, which can save a lot of time, honestly. And then let's hop into the actual marketplace so you guys can see what that looks like. On the actual Notion page, you have down here under products, and then in the marketplace, the slight difference that it has, of course, you can see the top creator up here. If you guys don't know who Thomas Frank is, go ahead and check him out. He's a really great guy. He makes wonderful videos. He's actually somebody who really inspires me. His videos are really thorough. Oh, my laptop's about to die. Ignore that. He makes really thorough videos, and he's been doing this for a decent amount of time, so check out his videos. Also, you have creators here, what top Notion creators use every day, OKR trackers, fakeness trackers. They still have the separate categories. You have the featured templates, featured collections, and then browsing the categories, it shows you there. That's pretty neat that they tell you the amount there. And then of course the different categories here at the top, and then featured creators, more so expanded, and browse other creators, and the option to become a creator. So I feel like this is a pretty neat layout, and I love that they have the search option there. So if you're looking for a to-do list or anything of that sort, say for example, it will also show you here. And then also when you go to that separate page, it actually show you the results for, and then you have all the different to-do lists here. That's pretty cool there. Let's jump into the emojis. So what we would do is, going back to the Notion page, let's go ahead and just go back into one that I had open, and then you would press this plus sign down at the bottom in emojis, and you would upload an image. Let me go ahead here and upload an image really quickly. We'll go on my branding folder, and we'll maybe use my logo as an emoji, why not? And now it's as a little emoji. It's pretty tiny, but you can pretty much see what it is there. As you can see, that name was template, logo copy, and there it is. So you would just press that, and you would search it up, and it will automatically populate for what that name is. And you can also go in and change the name of your emoji if need be. And then for the personalized URLs, let's go ahead and jump into that. So if we were to go ahead and actually publish this, and then we had the actual tool right here in Plus to customize it. You will basically be able to customize your actual URL there, and you can use the multiple domains. Like I said, I'm not in Plus, but that's where you would go here. After that, we have the shortcut to Notion features, and that right there is just pressing the Command P. So let's go ahead and do that in Notion and see where it takes us. Per usual, it's pulling up this page here, but if you wanted to pull up your settings, you can do that now, which is pretty cool, because I know a lot of people depend on shortcuts, and sometimes it's really easier instead of using your mouse and you're just using your keyboard the full time. It's easier, it's swifter, so it's also a pretty neat option that they've added in. That's all we have for this Notion updates video. Let me know down in the comments if you're really excited for any of these updates, or were any of these updates something you were waiting on. I know that for me, Notion Mail, really excited about, like I told you guys, and then also customizing that layout. I was really happy about seeing that, because it's so easy to get so much information and clutter when you're doing all these different databases. So to be able to actually create a customized layout, that really helped. Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.